Jonathan Taylor's not your typical NFL all-pro running back. He didn't come from a powerhouse college program or a well-to-do family. No, Jonathan's journey to the NFL was marked by determination, resilience, and a burning desire to prove himself. This is the story of a young man who defied the odds and became a football sensation. Growing up in Salem, New Jersey, Jonathan Taylor was a quiet and reserved child. He lived in a small, modest home with his mother, Angela, who worked multiple jobs to make ends meet. His father had passed away when Jonathan was just a toddler, leaving Angela to raise him on her own. Despite their financial struggles, Angela instilled in Jonathan the importance of hard work and dedication. She often told him stories of his father, a talented high school football player who had dreams of making it to the NFL, but was sidelined by a career-ending injury. Jonathan carried his father's legacy with him, determined to fulfill the dream that had eluded his father. As Jonathan entered high school, he joined the football team. At first, he was just a scrawny freshman with raw talent, but he had heart and an unparalleled work ethic. He would spend hours after practice, running sprints, lifting weights, and studying game tapes. His dedication paid off, and by sophomore year, he was the starting running back for Salem High. Under the guidance of Coach Reynolds, Jonathan's skills flourished. He became known for his blazing speed, impeccable vision, and the uncanny ability to find the tiniest gaps in the defense. Salem High started to gain recognition, and scouts from colleges across the country began to take notice of this talented young running back. Jonathan's dream was to play college football at a prestigious program, but those offers didn't come pouring in. He received a few scholarship offers from smaller schools, but he wanted more. He wanted to play for a Division I powerhouse, to compete at the highest level, and prove that he belonged among the best. In his senior year, Jonathan had a breakout season. He rushed for over 2,000 yards, broke numerous records, and was named the state's player of the year. And still, the big colleges remained hesitant. It was a pivotal moment in his life when he received a scholarship offer from the University of Wisconsin. It wasn't the flashy offer he had dreamed of, but it was an opportunity, and Jonathan Taylor knew how to seize those. He arrived in Madison, Wisconsin with a chip on his shoulder and a determination to excel. The transition to college football was challenging, but he embraced it with open arms. He spent countless hours in the weight room, honing his skills and absorbing the wisdom of his coaches. Jonathan's freshman year was nothing short of spectacular. He rushed for over 1,900 yards and was named the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. The college football world began to take notice, and the once overlooked high school kid from Salem, New Jersey, was now making headlines. Over the next 2 seasons, Jonathan continued to dominate college football. He became the first player in NCAA history to rush for over 6,000 yards in his first 3 seasons. He was a unanimous All-American, and his name was etched in the record books alongside legendary running backs like Barry Sanders and Ron Dane. But Jonathan Taylor was not just a football prodigy. He was a dedicated student as well. He balanced the demands of football and academics with unwavering discipline. He often spoke about how his mother, Angela, had instilled in him the importance of education as a path to a better future. In 2020, Jonathan made the difficult decision to forgo his senior season and declare for the NFL draft. He knew that this was his chance to achieve the dream he had pursued since he was a young boy. The NFL scouts had taken notice of his extraordinary talent, and he was projected to be a first-round pick. On draft day, Jonathan watched nervously as the names of other players were called. As the first round progressed, his heart sank. He had expected to be chosen earlier, but as the second round began, the Indianapolis Colts made their selection. With the 41st overall pick, they chose Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan was pumped to be drafted by the Colts, but he couldn't help but feel a sense of disappointment that he hadn't gone in the first round. However, he was determined to prove himself once again, just as he had throughout his football journey. In his rookie season, Jonathan Taylor quickly made an impact. He rushed for over 1,100 yards and scored 11 touchdowns, earning a spot on the NFL All-Rookie team. His combination of speed, power, and vision made him a force to be reckoned with on the field. But Jonathan's journey was not without its challenges. He faced adversity on and off the field, from injuries to personal setbacks. However, he continued to draw strength from his mother's words of wisdom and the memory of his father's unfulfilled dreams. As the seasons passed, Jonathan Taylor's star continued to rise. He became known as one of the NFL's premier running backs, earning Pro Bowl selections and breaking records along the way. His dedication to the game His commitment to his team and his unwavering work ethic set an example for all those who aspired to greatness. Jonathan Taylor's journey from a small town in New Jersey to the bright lights of the NFL was a testament to the power of hard work, determination, and the unwavering support of family. He had fulfilled his father's dream and created a legacy of his own, proving that sometimes the most extraordinary stories are written by those who refuse to give up on their dreams. As Jonathan Taylor's career in the NFL progressed, he continued to rewrite the record books. He became known for his consistency with multiple seasons of rushing for over 1,000 yards and being a critical asset for the Indianapolis Colts. His combination of speed and power made him a nightmare for opposing defenses, and he became a fan favorite in Indianapolis. In his third season in the league, Jonathan Taylor had a breakthrough year. He led the NFL in rushing yards and touchdowns, earning him the prestigious NFL Offensive Player of the Year award. But what made his journey even more remarkable was the fact that he did it all with a sense of humility and gratitude that endeared him to fans, teammates, and coaches alike. Jonathan's mother, Angela, has been his rock throughout his career. She has attended every game, cheering him on from the stands with a smile that could light up a stadium. She had seen her son overcome countless challenges, and her unwavering support and guidance had been instrumental in his success. One of the most memorable moments of Jonathan's career came during a game against the Tennessee Titans. With just a few minutes left in a crucial divisional matchup, the Colts were trailing by a touchdown. The offense had the ball deep in their own territory, facing a daunting 4th and short situation. Coach Frank Reich called a timeout to discuss the play. As Jonathan stood on the sideline, he could feel the weight of the moment. The entire season hung in the balance. The crowd roared with anticipation, and the stadium lights seemed to shine even brighter. In the huddle, quarterback Carson Wentz looked at Jonathan and said, "This is your moment, man. We believe in you." Jonathan nodded, knowing that this was the opportunity he had worked his entire life for. The ball was snapped, and he took the handoff. Bursting through the line with a burst of speed and determination, he broke free into the open field, leaving defenders grasping at air. 75 yards later, he crossed the goal line, tying the game and sending the stadium into a frenzy. The Colts went on to win that game in dramatic fashion, securing a playoff spot. What team do you think Jonathan Taylor will end up on? Drop your comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.